Hi everyone, this is the day one for our data science camp, and before our camp starts, I'm going to first launch a poll to know more about you and also know more about our progress of this data camp. So if you guys all have like plenty of experience in Python statistics, then probably I'm going to skip that part, skip the basic part, or talk really briefly about the basic parts. But if you guys still need a review about them, I haven't learned them before, so I'm gonna probably talk about them in more details. And also, I have sent the link to the Notion, and also if you can't open the Notion file, if you cannot open the Notion file, then also I have sent the link to the PDF. However, if you can only download the PDF, I'm going to be updating that. So you probably need to re-download a new version tomorrow. And also probably some sub-page might not be able to open. But if you have that problem, if you want to get the content in the sub-page, if you cannot download the motion file, then you can ask me on the Slack or just send me an email about the materials that you're going to request. And so I'm going to share the screen while some people are still answering the poll. I'm going to briefly introduce about this Notion page, so where you can find the materials. And I'm going to move the windows of the Zoom a bit because it's like blocking my view. Okay, so wait a second. Move the windows. It's like a lot of windows of the Zoom. So this is our Notion page. Probably you can open that as a website or something. So this is our meeting link, and you already get that. This is briefly information about me. So I'm Michelle, and my pronouns are she, her. My intended major is astrophysics, and I have like been tutoring Python for a while. I've been tutoring for several camps and organizations, and also I'm currently instructing a complete paid AP Computer Science A course, which is in Java. So I'm actually currently really densely working on Java in this period, but because my major is astrophysics, Python is still going to be my major language. And also this camp is kind of related to statistics. So I've got 5 in AP statistics, and also I'm currently like instructing a complete AP statistics course, and also I've been tutoring AP physics, calculus, statistics for several organizations for a while. And I have done 3 astrophysics research on asteroids or like 2 exoplanets, and all of them are Python based. And also there's other information about me, some fun facts about musicals, so you can read them, but I'm not going to talk about that now. You can find my contact here, so if you have any question, please feel free to email me. I think email is what I'm most active with, but if you didn't get a result from me, I didn't get a response, probably you can resend me an email. Don't worry about that, because sometimes I just click the email and forgot to reply. I'm really sorry for that, but just send email for me again. It's like completely fine for doing that. And then for our 5-day plan, so day 1 we're going to talk about, I think we're going to talk about the Python review and basic statistics. So I'm getting this so a lot of people have answered this poll, so I'm going to like see what people answer. So most people have experience in programming, and most people haven't attended the last workshop, so probably a lot of people hasn't. So I'm going to check, have you learned Python before? So most people might not have learned Python before, but some people have, so I'm still going to like review the parts. And also, if you participate in the workshop last time, did you need a review? So most people need also like all those people need a review, or like all the people have never learned Python before. So I'm definitely going to review that. And so like all of us are from either North America or Asia or Europe, and most of us are high school students. So we have college students as well. And also like in this page, I'm going to talk about the other part. So like basic Python, probably it's going to extend from day one. Probably we need more time to explore that day two, because most people need a review or have never learned before. And here is our statistic textbook. So you can click in it. And this is our textbook. You can just click in that and it's going to download for you. And this is an AP textbook. Wait, I just click in that and okay, back to Notion. So if we click that, then it's going to open a website for you and you can download that PDF. So we're going to use the AP textbook because it's like relatively clear and it has a lot of examples and it's really explainable and suitable for high school students or college freshmen to read about that. So it's a little bit slow to return to the page. But after like we have another subpage. This subpage is about the statistic guide. This is like in Notion, and it's have like different section of statistics, the basic part, and then complete statistic guide. That's a PDF document. You can also download that. And this is slide from the last ElevateTech Python workshop. So you can also check that. Although like some contents that overlap with this part, but you can definitely check that out. That's in a slide form. And this is a day one. If you have questions that you want to ask anonymously or you want to ask after this camp, you can put the question there. But also you can just DM me on Slack or send the question to everyone on Slack or just send me an email. All of them are fine. And if you have a question during this meeting, just send in the chat box or just unmute yourself and just speak that out. It's fine. And this is the document that you can refer to. I'm going to updating this during our camp. And this is some like detailed installations. I'm going to briefly talk about installations first. And if you have any questions or other IDEs that you want to install, you can just check them here. And I put some like details about like data types, about less about string, and also about like Numpy, Matplotlib, which we're going to focus in this document. So just feel free to check this out. I'm first gonna show how to just use Repellent IDE if you just use Python for the first time. So I'm going to shift to the Chrome. Okay, so now we are in Chrome, and you just type in Repellent like this. Also, this coding bell website is a good practice for Python or Java. And wait, why is this showing my email? Okay, Repellent. Just type in Repellent, and then you just click create, or like I think you need login that first. And then after you log in, you can see create, and then you can like if it doesn't have like Python here, then you can click this plus, and it will jump out a window that you can search about any language that you want that IDE for. But now we are going to program in Python, so you just click Python, and here's a name for it. You can name that Hello World or whatsoever, and it has a random name for you. So that's a random name. You can choose like whether you want it to be public or be private, and then you can create REPL. And you wait a second, and then now you're in REPL. So if you are the first time using Python, you can just use that. But also, if you want to download the IDE, just check my video in the Notion, and then you can print out. You can print out Hello World, and you click this run. So this is going to be printed out. And now we have Hello World, and something that we're going to use is that, so like there's a bar, and in this menu or in this bar, you can find the third one. So this is package, just click package, and then you can search for Numpy. And we're going to use Numpy, probably not today. I think I've already installed Numpy, so it's not like showing here for me, but you can like create Numpy. You can search for Numpy, and then just click like this. I have already installed Numpy, so I cannot install. But just click this plus if you search for Numpy and install that, and then this package is going to be added into your IDE. And then when is this package have finished downloading, is that this plus sign becomes the negative sign, becomes the minus sign, then it has been installed successfully. Or here, like in the console, you can see that probably it show like the package has been installed successfully, or like it has completed the mission for installation or something like that. But not only Numpy, we're also going to like download Pandas. So like here we have like Pandas, and you can just click plus, and it's going to install that. And also we are also going to install Matplotlib. So I have included the things in the package, and then I'm really showing. So some of you already know this, but some of you doesn't know that if you like use PyCharm, how to like install the package. So most of you already know that. So like first is that I'm currently like just create a like project, probably just call like ElevateTech, and I'm going to create screen share is closed because the window is closed. Because when I create, it open a new window, so I'm going to reshare that. I can close this tip of day and share this. So this is our file, and we can just create a new file, new project. So I'm going to show the entire screen to make this clear. So this is a desk. So I think I'm sharing the desktop, and just click File in the top menu, and just click non-new projects, because we have already created projects. So click New, and we're going to create a Python package. You can also create a Python. You can create a Python package, but also we can directly just create a Python file. So probably our Python package can also call ElevateTech. Then we can create a Python file and just call like day 1. So here's where we can type the things in. But also, like if you want to install the package, just click Preference, and just go to Python structure, Python interpreter, and just click setup tools, and just search for like Numpy, and just click install. Every time you start a new package or project, you need to reinstall that. So I also need to install that again, and just also search for Pandas. You need to install that, but you don't need to install that all the time, because if you are in a new project, you need to reinstall that. Also the matplotlib, and after you pause them successfully, you will get a like installation successfully. And if you do not use like you did not use some people is in the waiting room, I'm going to admit them. So if you're not using PyCharm or using repellents, you're going to type pipe install blah 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 in the terminal. So also share my desktop again. So for like Mac, terminal is like here you can find terminal, but for Windows you also have the terminal. Like you can just like type pipe install numpy. Like in this way you can install them, but I have already installed that. And for the other like installation, I have also like put in the file, so you guys can check that. But now I'm going to use PyCharm. I think I'm going to use PyCharm to demonstrate the basic part of the Python. But if you guys use repellents, it's completely the same. You don't need to worry about that. So first, I'm just going to print out hello world. I think most of you have know that, so this is easy. Just print out hello world. For if you want to run the file in PyCharm or like in VS Code, so in the top bar you have run, and you need to click the run and probably like choose the file that you are going to run. So I'm going to run my file. I think my PyCharm is still install the packages, so when it is installing, I cannot use that. So I'm going to shift to repellent. So this is our repellent. The first is just print out, and then we can comment it. Like, so I have like used Java a lot these days, so I might type something in some like things that is for Java, not for Python, but I think I can figure that out. I will avoid that. So like if you want to comment, it's just like use this to comments. And comments not for the machine to compile, it's not for the computer to compile, but it's for us to recognize the code, for us to specify which section is for which. So the computer will not compile it. It's just like the white space. So like this is a comment. Or like if we are like actually gonna comment this, so this is a print statement. And then also, I'm going to demonstrate you about input. So input is just like input, then parentheses. And then in the parentheses, like we have a notification that's just given out by the IDE. Inside the parentheses, it's for us to put like a prompt. So like, what's your name? What's your name? And so what's your name? And we are going to type, like I'm going to type my name here in the console. So Michelle, and Then we have this names installed, but we haven't printed that out. So you need to print out the name. If we print out the name instead of print out the string, it's a variable, so we don't need to put the double quotation mark. Double quotation mark is for the variable. It's for the string to be printed out. So it's a variable. We don't need to put that. Otherwise, it's not gonna put my name. It's not going to print out my name, but it's going to print out just name if I put double quotation mark around it. And also we have multiple line comments. So for multiple line comments, it's that like you can put 3 quotation mark before, and this is a multiple line comment. Like just 1, 2, and then you can put 3 quotation mark after. But also, if it's double quotation mark, it's completely the same. So in Python, double quotation mark and a single quotation mark is completely the same. It's not like Java; they are different. And then it's about like data type. So what data type we have is that we have like our text type. We have our text type, which is our string. So string is just like this. Hello world. This is just a string. And then we have the int. So this is just a int. And also we have the floats. We have the floats like this. And also like we have I think it's better like to name that as my string. Okay, I'm going to like string is just like this. It's good, but I think it's better to name that as my int, my float, also my boolean. So boolean is like true or false. Boolean can be either true, and boolean can be my boolean 2 is false. And then also we have our list. So my list is as like we have the brackets, and in the brackets we can put different elements, and it doesn't have to be of the same data type. It doesn't have to be int, but it can be like some int, some string, and even another list inside of it. And also we have our tuple, and our tuple is I'm going to call them my tuple. So our tuple is going to surround by the parentheses. We can put like 1, 2, 3 in that. And also we have dictionary. So dictionary is basically we have like my dictionary, and you have the curly braces, and in curly braces you can put like France, and the capital of the France is Paris, and you can then put like you can put like UK, then you can put like London, and probably you can put Italy, and we can then put like Rome. This is our dictionary. And for more function, you can also check that in my document. And we also have set. So our set is also in curly braces. So set is something that has like function, which is just like the set in the math. You cannot put the same elements in it, but all the elements must be different in the set, because when we learn the set in math, you cannot like have two same one. You cannot have two one in the same set. It's repetitive. So sets cannot be repetitive, But like list, we can have several repetitive elements. We can have like a lot of threes, a lot of ones. And for our tuple, we can also have like a lot of two, a lot of three. All of them is fine, but it's not like you cannot like put double Java in our sets because like our math sets also does not have repetitive elements. And also, if you want to like check the data type, then you can just print out the type of something. So like the type of my int. I'm going to comment out. I'm going to comment out the things above. So the way that you want to comment out the things above. First is you can put like 3 quotation mark before and 3 quotation mark after this paragraph, but at the same time, you can just highlight this part and just use command slash a command backslash or just control backslash. I think if you use Windows, yeah, you can comment them out together. And then if you just push command backslash again, you're going to get this back. So it'll be all of them can be back. But now we are going to just comment this out. I'm gonna stop and rerun this. So it's running, and why haven't I come? So it prints out that the class is an int, and something that is noticeable is that in Python you don't need to like specify the data type before, but you can specify them like after. I have people to admit, so wait a second. Some people is in the waiting room. Okay. So you don't need to specify what the data type is. It's not like Java. You need to like specify it's an int or it's a double. And still like since you don't need to like specify it's int or double, you still can like cast something into another type. So you can actually like cast the list into a tuple. So we have my list here, but we can have like something that's just called probably my list too. But now first, so we are going to put that after my tuple. We can like use the keyword list to convert a tuple into a list. So if we put list, then if we want to casing anything, we need to put the things inside like data type parentheses. And now inside of our list, what we are going to case is that we're going to case our tuple into a list. And then we can print out the type of my list too to check whether it's still a tuple or it has been actually converted into a list. So now we can see that the class of it is list. And then boolean, I have talked that it only have true and false. And then you can also put value in it to convert the value into the boolean. So most of the value, if you case them into a boolean, it's going to be untrue, but we only have specified amounts of like value that if we print them out, it's going to be false. So the first is just false. That's really like clear, but also 0 is false. If we put like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or -1 or 1.1, all of them are going to be true. And if we also put none in it, it's also going to be false. And also, if we put just 2 quotation mark without anything, just 2 quotation mark, it's also going to print out false. And also, if you just put a empty parenthesis into it, it's also going to be false. And also empty brackets or empty curly braces, all of them is going to be false, but all the other, like if you put like 2.2, it's going to be true. I lost a parenthesis. So this is going to be true. So we need to remember that only a specific amount of value that if we convert them, if we case them into the Boolean, it's going to print out false. And then I'm going to talk about our operators. So first I'm going to talk about our arithmetic operators. So if we have like x equals to 5 and y equals to 2, and then we can just print out x plus y, and then we can print out our x minus y, and just print out times y. Also, this is our x divided by y, but also we have floor division because in Python, in Python you do not like specify the data type, so even it's like 2 int 5 divided by 2, it's not going to give you a floor division. It's not going to give you 2. It's going to give you a result in double, so it's going to give you 2.5. But if you want to like just get a result of the floor division, then you need to write 2/, and then we can also take the mod of 5 mod 2. So basically, it's take the remainder 5 mod 2, the result should be 1, so it's take the remainder. And then we have square roots. So this is our base number, and this is our exponential number. So we can print all of them out. So first, 5 plus 2 equals to 7, 5 minus 2 equals to 3, 5 times 2 equals to 10, and then our just division is 2.5, but floor division should be 2, and then mod 5 mod by 2, take the remainder of 5 divided by 2 should be 1, and also 5 to the power of 2 should be 25. And also we have the assignment operator. So first we can like do x plus equals y, which is basically equals to x equals to x plus y, and we can print the results of x. So it's 7. It's just x equals to x plus y, and then we can do x minus y, x minus equals to y, which equals to x minus y. So we get 7 here. So then like 7 minus y equals to 5. So it's going to be back to 5, and we can do time equals to y, x time equals to y. Print out our x. So x is now 5. 5 times 2 equals to 10. So our x is gonna equals to 10. And then it's same for, you can also like write x divided by x divide equals to y, and also x floor divide equals to y, and also you can do x mod equals to y, and also x exponentiate equals to y. So all of them are just equals to x equals to x plus the sign and then y. So I'm not going to demonstrate that, but you can try that by yourself. And I think also like if you forgot about that, it's easy to test it out to like infer what this operation is from the results. And then it's about our comparison operators. So I'm going to like shift back to Notion to just demonstrate that, because it's a bit difficult to talk about the relationship between different things. or probably like it's much more faster to talk with this. But you can try that out. So I'm going to go to the comparison operators. So for and, if both of them, like if A and B are both true, then A and B is true. If A and B is both false, A and B is also false. It's also same for all, because like if both of them is true, A or B is also going to be true. If both of them are false, and A or B is also going to be false. But something that we need to take notice of is that if A is true, B is false, then A and B should be false. But if A is true and B is false, then A and B should be true. So this is like if you just pass test A and you didn't pass test B, and you say like A and B tests should both be pass to pass this entire test, then you're not pass this test, you fail this test. But if the person says that A or B, if you have either test that you have passed that, then you pass the entire test. Then if you only pass one, then you should pass the entire test. So you need to remember that, and it's important. And also in Python, it's just A and B. So it's, you can just Python when you want to like print out a boolean. So you want to like compare two things, you just test like A and B like this. Just like this, A and B like this, and also like X or Y like this. So it's like this, it's not like in Java. Probably you need like and like this, and you need all like this. Wait, you need all like this. But in Python is just much more close to normal day English. Even like in its prompt, in its like when it print out the arrow, Python is really readable. So when you want to print out like X and Y, or you want to just write just decide a X or B, it's just normal and normal or. And then we have the identify operator, something else, not something. So in Python, you can simply just write not. And I think I'm going to go back to my IDE. I do have like three. So we have like X equals to, we can like do X equals to true, Y equals to false. Sorry that I haven't, like, we also like need to remember like true, this is capitalized, false, this is like capitalized. It's not the same in Java. In Java, like true and false are not capitalized. So we need to like take notice of that. We can like test this out. So print X and Y. We can see that this is false, but print X or B, X or Y, then this is going to be true. Also do not. You can do like not X or we lose the parenthesis. Not X or Y, then this is false. So if you want to just take the opposite value of the true or false and just write not. So this is also just like our normal day English. And also you can write else. So you can test like X else Y in this way. X is not Y because one of them is true, one of them is false. Also, we can try like X equals to 1, Y equals to 1. X is Y is true, but also we can write X is not Y, then this is going to be false. And also, when we learn set, we have in. So basically, just have something else in something. And then I'm going to like talk about string and string slicing briefly. So we have a string. So I have like my string equals to Python, and we can slice that. So the way that we are slicing it is we are going to specify its start value and specify its end value and specify its step size. So basically what we are going to do is that like this is our start value, probably just start from 0, and our end value is probably make that 3, and our step size can be like probably just 1, and this is going to start from 0. So the index of the string is start from 0. This is index 0, this is index 1, this is like 2, and h is 3, and then o is 4, and n is 5. And something that we need to notice is that if we slice this from 0 to 3, then 0, 1, 2, 3 is not going to get this h, but it's going to stop before h. So we only get pyt. So we're going to print this out to check that. So we're going to get pyt. If we want our h, then we need to write index 4. So like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it starts from 4, so we can get our h. So our start value is inclusive. So it's basically phrases like this: start, and then end, and then step size. And second is that start value is inclusive and end value is exclusive. It's not inclusive. And then we can change our step size into 2. So it's going to give our p, it's going to give our t, and we need to stop before o, so we're not going to get this o, so we go to get p and t. And something that we can notice that we can also like delete the step size when the step size equals to 1, because step size equals to 1 is our default value. So I'm going to write the default value of step size is 1. Also, we also need to like check our default value of the step size, default value of the start value, and also start value, and also the default of our end value. So basically what we can do is that we can delete this 0, but we need to remember that we need to keep this, otherwise it's not going to work. If we just forgot to add this, then our 4 is going to move into the position of the start, so it becomes like our start value is like 4, but now we need our end value equals to 4. So we can see that our default start value is actually 0, because like if we change to, then it's going to start from t. If we like specify that to be 1, it's going to start from y. But if we just delete that, then it starts from our 0. So our default start value is 0. And then we can also choose our default end value to see that. So our default end value is just to the end of the list. So we can also like probably like start from 4, but our default value is to the end of the list. So we're going to start as the index 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We start from O, but we're just gonna go through till the last element in the string. And we can also do this, but it's not necessary. But we also always need to put the column between our start and end value. And then Also, something that is different from list slicing is you can just take one element from the list. So you can just take one from the list. This is a element in the index of 1. Also in 3 like this, but we do not only have positive index, but also we have negative index. Like -1 is our n, and always our -2. So -1, -2, -3, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. And something that we can also notice that why we are going to start from -1 instead of 0, because 0 is this, and we don't have like, we cannot like confuse this and this together. So this is going to start at -1, and then we can also do negative slicing. Can start from like -1 to -3. But if we do this, we're not going to print out anything, because it basically means that our step size is still 1, which means we go from, if step size is 1, then we go from the left to the right. But if we now want to go to from, now we want to like slash this first, and then this, and then this, then it's go from the right to the left, then our step size is actually -1, and then we can print out the, we can get like n and then o, and this is -1, this is -2. Our end index is still non-inclusive, so no matter it's in a positive or in a negative index slicing, our end value is never inclusive, while our start value is always inclusive. And something that we can also do is that our end value can be larger than the length of length plus 1, negative length plus 1. It can be really, really large. It can be like this large number, and it's not going to throw out of bound exception. It's not. It's always going to be fine. Also, like for the positive, it's also going to be fine. Like we can start from 0, and we can just go to like a really, really, really large value. It's not going to throw an out of bound arrow, so don't really need to worry about that. It's only like going to print out all of our string, and it's going to end. So it's fine about that. And something that we can also do is that we can cast a int into a string. So we can cast 1 into a string, we can cast a double into a string, we can cast a list into a string. If we cast a list into a string, then our list completely loses its function, because it's no longer like considered a list with like different elements. Each element was its own index, but it's just separate into a string. Also, like the part of brackets also become a part of the string. And also something that we can do about string is that we can just take each element out. So we can like, for I in our string, I need to change this to Python. So I in our string, I in my string, and we can just print out our I. So we can run this. It's going to print out each element in the string. And list and the string is really same. List also has the slicing, and also the start value is inclusive. The end value is non-inclusive, and the default value of the start is 0. The default value of the end is to the end of the list, and also the default value of the step size is just 1. And also you have negative index, you have positive index, you can slice with the both, and also your end value can be really, really large. It will not throw an out of bounds arrow. The difference is just the elements in the string is every like character, or like every space, or just every signs or something like that. But list is everything that is separate by the comma is one element. So our first element is 1, our second element is 2, our third element is our Python, and our fourth like element is 3.4. Our fifth element is one of the list. And what we can also do is that we can for I in our list, for I in our list, and we can print out our list. I'll print out our I in this way. So this is our first element, this is our second element, this is third element, this is fourth element. And the index of this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So what we can still do is that we can do the list slicing. So it's also the same, it's a bracket, so we can like slice probably from 2 to 4 and probably 2 to 5 and our like our step size is 2. We can do this, it's completely fine. Also we can have our like negative index, is also fine. We can make this value really large, it's fine. And so it's basically about it. So list slicing is very much the same as a string. It's just the element is different. And list also has its operation. List operation is different from the Numpy operation that we're going to focus on. So for list, if we have like 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to call it my list again. So we have also like my list 2 equals to 4, 5, 6. You can add them together, but it's not going to give you like 5, 7, 9. It's going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 elements instead of 3 elements with each element from each list with the same index being added together. It's something that we are going to talk about in NumPy, but in list, it's just simply connect them together. So basically, list add addition is more like a list concatenation. We have string concatenation, which is something that is super important. I haven't like mentioned, but I'm going to briefly mention about it. So we have string 1 equals to Python, and string 2 equals to camp. And what we can do is we can concatenate them together. So just string 1 plus string 2. And this is going to give us a result. But if this is a number, so we have a number equals to 1, then if we want to plus this 1, this is not going to work because only string has concatenation, and it's not going to help you autocast this number into a string. So what you're going to do is you are going to cast this number into a string. So can do this. Cast it into a string, and then you can concatenate them together. But just like this is also fine. But you cannot put it int directly. You must need to like concatenate it with the casting. So list addition is also similar to concatenation, and list multiplication is also like similar to concatenation. It just repeats the list again and again. You can like repeat that for 10 times. It's never like going to give you 1 times 10. Something that in NumPy that we are going to talk about later. So NumPy is more like linear algebra. NumPy have a lot of like mathematics or like physics or like science use. Instead of like list is probably not that mathematical or like scientific. And list is not that good with like linear algebra, although like you can also use that, but also like you can use list and NumPy together. If you want, you can cast a list into a NumPy array, which we're going to talk about later. And string have a lot of methods, so it's not like really related to data science if we talk about the methods in the string, but basically if we have my string, which is just Python, and you can do a lot of things to that, like you can do upper like this. You can also do like make everything into lowercase, and when you use the method, it's just like this. You can just refer to the guide and to look at the more string methods. I think that's like mostly about the basic part of the Python. Let me check if there's anything that I've lost. So I haven't talked about dictionary or something like that today. I'm also going to talk a bit about the loop and if statement. So it's just like if 3 equals to 5, then we are going to like print out true, or like I think we are going to print out this Python. So it's not going to print out anything because 3 does not equal to 5, but we can do like else print hello. I need to add this column. So it's going to print out hello because 3 does not equal to 5. So something that we need to notice is that first, if you want to check the equality, instead of giving the value of 5 to 3, then you need double equal mark, which this is same in a lot of different programming language. And something important about Python block, which is different from other language probably, is that first, Python block is defined by indentation. It's not like defined by curly braces or anything like that. So you can also like put 2 of them here. You don't need to like add curly braces or anything like that, but you really need to pay attention to indentation. If the indentation is not right, then it's not going to work. So for example, if you just like I don't add this indentation, you can see like this part has like the red wave lines to say like this is not right. You can see like indentation arrow extracted and indented the block. So in Python, you must need to add this indentation. This is super important, and also you need to remember to add this colon. So if need a colon, else need a colon, and also we can see like else if. We can do else if, but also we can do elif. Elif is just a short version of else if. So else if 3 does not equal to 5. And what we can do is that 3 equal to, we can do like not 3 equals to 5, like else if not 3 equals to 5 in this way, and as we will print out I like this. So we can also like do a lot of like else if. It's like fine, like we can do a lot of else if, we can do a lot of them. So like this. This is also going to work. So this is our if statement. And also we can have like while loop. So like count equals to 0. And while count smaller than 5. And we can print out hello. Just print out the h and then count plus count equals to count plus equals to 1. So we also need indentation here. Also, like after a while, we need a colon. So we have a lot of edge, but something that we need to notice that you cannot like skip this. So you cannot do something like this. Cannot do something like this. This is problematic because it just skips the point that this condition is going to end. This is not something that is good. So you're going to just print out a lot of edge without stop, and your memory will be occupied, and probably your laptop is even going to shut down because like 0 plus 2 equals to 2, 2 plus 2, 2 equals to 4, 4 plus 2 equals to 6, then you just skip 5. And this loop is never going to just exit. And also, if it does not add this count, this is also like problematic. Our time have already been over, so if anyone want to leave, just feel free to leave. But because we start a little bit late, so I just quickly finish our for loop, and then we can stop this meeting. So for loop is just I have like talked about like for something in something, which is kind of like for each loop in Java, but also it's mostly like I think like we can also just do for loop like for I in the range like 3 to 5 and print out like I like something like that. This is like for loop. So 3 and 4. So range is also one of our data type, and something about it is that also like the start value is inclusive, the end value is not inclusive. And also something that is the same is that you can also like specify the step size. And so that's basically something about the loop, about the while loop, the for loop, the if condition, the if else if condition, and also about our string, about our list, and about our operators and our basic data types. So we're going to talk about the rest of like basic Python and the basic statistics tomorrow, because a lot of people says that they need a review, but also if some part like most people does not need a review or something like that, just feel free to send me about it. And also you can look at the file that I've already sent you to refer more about it. So today we have go through them really quickly. So if you have questions in the review, just feel free like to talk to me or just look at the documents. So thank you for coming today. And I'm going to leave here for answering some questions if anyone have. But also you can ask me questions in the email or in the Slack channel if you haven't been in this Zoom when I was like talking about that. So yeah, you can leave now if you want, or just ask questions if you want. And you can also unmute yourself if you want to talk about the question directly. And just thank you everyone for coming here, and God, I can. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. And yeah, so thank you everyone. Feel free to ask any question if you want. Through any way you can find me, it's fine. Thank you everyone.